seeing anything. Oh, there I am. Okay, good. We're working now. I didn't know if we were not working before. Okay, so here we go. Yesterday or the day before, I actually streamed, and I was trying to cut out this portion of it in which I had some problems with EHT. But what I ended up doing by accident was deleting out the first 40 minutes. Hello, Flimmy. Yeah, I was having trouble with it originally when I started streaming today. For whatever reason, it wasn't showing when I went there, and it said network error. So I'm assuming that it was something. I've had internet issues, which is why my character is, always having trouble logging in. And I don't know if it's me or them, but whatever. So I'm not going to do Lynchel again, even though that was what was cut off. What I'm going to do is Pariah's Pinnacle. Let's go there. This is actually in the order in which I actually built these homes, so that should help. I've also got a little bit better streaming setup. Lighting's better. Trying to actually get serious about this stuff. I also have a cat laying on the table, on the desk over here. He's going to be mostly quiet, but he may make noise or get up or whatnot. This is my Grant, who was 2 months past where they thought he'd live, so I don't like to mush him anywhere. Okay, so this is my Pariah's Pinnacle, and it's a little bit on the weird side because basically I wanted a floating. Yes, a cat is a must-have. In fact, I have two. The other one, I don't know where he is. He usually hides in the morning. But Grant's a Maine Coon, and Maine Coons are pack animals. So he's always with his pack, even when he doesn't feel good. So this is Pariah's Pinnacle, which normally everybody builds back here. But I wanted to do something up front because, believe it or not, you can build so far up. It's crazy how far up you can build in Pariah's Pinnacle, and it's crazy how far out you can build in Pariah's Pinnacle. You can really do some amazing stuff in here with a ton of space. So I wanted a floating fortress. Yes, I know that the towers look a little weird. So if I turn them off, it looks a little better, but I dig the towers, so you're all gonna just have to live with it for now. So this is Pariah's, and I put this was a really big experiment in how to build something. This was my first freestanding, maybe my only freestanding. You hope Zos won't fix it. I'm hoping so too. I don't think they will because Cardi is aware of some of the issues, and he works for Zos now, and he said, don't worry about it. He didn't say anything else, but I'm assuming that means don't worry about it. So with no effects, you can see how I built this. It was, I used essential housing tools to build a floor, to build walls, to build everything so that it's clean lines, no errors in terms of placement. Without EHT essential housing tools, there's no way I could have done that because I have with my arthritis, I can't keep my hands steady. So this piece of work was really I was really proud of this, and I still am, because it was really created as an experiment, but I love it. I love how it ended. I also used EHT to make sure that all of my items were all in a proper line, so that nothing is really, everything should be aligned perfectly, but it doesn't look it, but it should be. Some of these are probably. This is just a regular garden, and I did edging. If you're ever going to do any kind of gardens, I recommend you put some sort of edge around it. Either like this, the pebbles, or use the red guard dining or something like that. It gives it something. I'm not really sure what it gives it, but it gives it something. Let me see and show you an example of what I'm talking about. Worries a lot, you're a master warrior. I believe it. Okay, hold on. Window capture. Woohoo! It works. I know how to do this now. Yay! Okay, hold on. I gotta get to the pictures I want to look at. I want to show you gardens for a moment. All right, so you should be able to see this now, I hope. Yes, you can. Now, you can see how even just a little bit of plants can really help with, I don't know whose house this is. You remember J Heart streaming this house, gorgeous work. Thank you. I appreciate that. But you'll notice that the garden here is in a container. And I can't explain enough to you just how much. I'm going quickly through the ones that don't really apply to what I'm talking about, but we'll talk about them one day. This was the inspiration for that garden. So this is Debug. What Debug did that really impressed me, other than the edging with rock and properly incorporating glowy plants so that they're not overwhelming, is look at the candles. The candles within bring your eye to the garden, and it gives it a little touch of serenity and beauty. So this was the inspiration. It was Debug's house. I actually am telling you, this is how you learn. This is how you incorporate things into your house that people like. It's by visiting other people and getting inspired by it. I'm trying to show you a portion of what I am talking about. Even this is Snow Fairy Wings. Even she put bushes in a container. It's just, it elevates it somehow. I can't explain it. This is also Snow Fairy Wings. It does. It makes a pretty garden when it's contained. It also gives it a little bit of fullness and height. Makes it feel like an actual garden. This is Charlotte. She's also incredibly talented. Those are EHT petunias, so those petunias aren't real. But she also puts it in a container, and I think that it looks really good. I think it really helps to do that, to keep it within a container. I guess it's a height thing. I can't really put my finger on it. Or let's go back to the game now. I just wanted to show you some examples, and also the source. See, you can tell. And thanks for visiting Flimmy, because I know people don't have time for this usually at this hour. I mean, this is stupid early, so hopefully people will watch later. But it's always nice to have live viewers. So you can see what I'm talking about in terms of inspiration. Debug used big boulders. He used different plants. He had glow plants. But what I took from it was this scallop look. I really liked the scalloped look. And I took the candle idea. Because I think, especially at night, the candles look really, really nice. And it gives a little something. Something I talked about yesterday with the butterfly bushes. They're kind of costly, but when you get them, you can just have them in strategic spots so you can see butterflies. In this case, butterflies when you first come in. And I really like that. Good morning, Cromwell. Nice to see you. It's nice to have you over here and watching with me. I was just saying, it's like people don't necessarily have to join at the very moment, but it's nice when they do, because it's nice to have someone to talk to. So yeah, this, look how messy this is. You could see it a little better. See? The problem with these stairs, these Alanori stairs, is that they are not even. They're, if you put two of them together, there's issues. Like, they don't fit just right. So I had to put things to cover mistakes. And that's okay. It still looks like, if you keep it this way, it still looks clean. It just, you hide the errors. Flimmy. It's 1:42 a.m. Sleepless owl me. Contained gardens look more neat, I suppose. Yeah, that could be. Also, I think what it is that, when you're walking in a garden that doesn't look contained, a lot of times it just looks like landscape. It doesn't look like a garden. And if that's what you're going for, great. But that was not what I was going for. I wanted a formal garden in here. A night-day toggle would be so much help for housing, so you can see what it looks like in the other cycle. Yeah, you kind of can with EHT, but unfortunately it doesn't change the lighting down here, so really wouldn't do anything for you. So I probably won't bother changing it so that you can see it at night. But I'm sure that Cardi knows. I mean, how long have we been saying that? So maybe he'll say something to management. I don't know. I hope so. But yeah, it's a shame. So this is a formal garden, you know. Sit here, have a book to read, whatnot. This is supposed to be a royal palace, and here we go upstairs. I think those are fake. Yeah, those are fake. Those are fake ones of those dreepy plants, so you don't have to pay. Hello, Corey MLP. You've got a Madigan thing picture. I appreciate it. Nice to see you. And thank you for the follow, Mark Stam. Are you the same person? I can't figure it out. I appreciate it. So I'm showing off my first freestanding building, my first freestanding build, and this is Pariah's Pinnacle, and it's over the Great Nothing. You can see the mountains because you can build out front from here, and it's just really great place to have fun with a big build. You're in Spicy, cool. Okay, I'm in Spicy with you. J Hart loves these little turtles. Let me turn my UI on. And he always tries to find if people hide things in them. I didn't, so I disappointed the J, who is my GM and also a streamer and also a great guy. So follow him if you haven't. It looks amazing. Thank you. Hi, Solo. Nice to see you. All these people coming and watching. I'm so excited. Sorry if I repeat myself to people already on. I just want to tell people where we're at. This is Pariah's Pinnacle. This is me up in the nothing. Up in the nowhere, because I built out front of it. See, if you look down, you can see how far up we are. This is the floating castle. And I built it using mostly EHT to just do the build. So EHT isn't just effects, it's also a building tool. This is velvet on the floor that Chrysaea had, and you can see it's just an effect. But it looks so good, doesn't it? Like, I really think it looks really good. And then up here, I think what looks best in terms of effects is that ceiling. That's a vaulted ceiling. Not really. It looks like that normally. So I think that that it gives it something. It makes it look deeper. Hi, Funky. Oh my goodness. All these people showing up. I'm so appreciative. I really am. I'm just showing off a house and showing off things you can do with EHT. I don't mean for this to be just an EHT tutorial stream, but the truth is in my building I use a ton of EHT, so I have to talk about it, you know. Up here we have it. You know, I buy these triptychs and these other expensive paintings when they're on for sale and they're underpriced, you know, from MM. I have never once been able to resell them. They just don't sell. So don't get stuck with this white elephant, and stay away from those paintings unless it's like somebody listed them for 100 gold or something, because otherwise they're just gonna sit. Here we are up at the second to the top, and I don't like how these edges aren't perfect. You see, there's issues, but like I said, if you just stick to the main path, everything looks like a clean line and whatnot. This was also EHT. There's no way I would have been able to fit these arches together by hand. You just use the program to line things up, and boom, there you go. You're lurking a bit. A couple triptychs sold this past week at 1.3 million. Wow, how long had you had them up, J Hart? Housing seems to be a passion. Thank you. It is my passion. Just have the painting of Ended Dungeons cluttering my house. Yeah, same here. But I have had no luck. This is the pet butterfly. Not you. Well, I'm curious to know how long they had been up because I've had them up last a month and not move, and I've done it for cheaper than and it still hasn't moved. So maybe they're just lucky. I don't know, or maybe I just suck. So here's the. This was something I got from J Hart's stream. This idea. Somebody in his stream had the idea of putting these kinds of mushrooms with water, like water in it, and a waterfall coming down. And you know my theory is always put waterfalls in everything. You would never part with it. I never found one. I've bought them. I have never found them. Not so lucky as that. But I go shop. I usually get up at stupid o'clock and I go shopping, and the only one on other than me is usually J Hart, and we run into each other and compete, I guess, in a way, not intentionally. Um, but yeah, this was from J Hart's stream. This was, I used Cold Harbor water so that it would be really, really shiny. So you can see, it catches the eye, right? And it makes it look like the water is coming down, like kind of wiggly. And I think it really works. And this was totally from J Hart, his stream. I would not have come up with this without that inspiration. So watching streams, visiting homes, it's the best thing you can do to learn how to do things and get inspired by other people. I mean, that's not a copy by any means. If you go to the other person's house, it's actually, they used real glowy stuff. I didn't touch glowy stuff. If I ever get to the point where I figure out, going through my screenshots again, whose is whose, I'll definitely give people credit for things. Now, I want to show you something that I only showed one other person. But first, let me show you the problem. You see that flicker? You see that? Okay. That's because things are lined up too perfectly. I need to move these things by like a pixel or so in order to make sure that, probably move yeah, I know, it looks terrible. I need to move one of the, forgive me, I forget words because of my arthritis, medicine and whatnot. One of the floors, not, yeah, one of the floors needs to be moved, and move probably down a pixel. And you can do that with EHT. You can move things by pixel instead of worrying about it. No, it's not terrible, but I can do it, and I should do it. What I want to show you, though, is that it's actually in the real game. And I want to show you that don't be hard on yourself about flickering should it happen in your build. You know, first of all, my cat is kicking my keyboard onto my lap because he's laying on my desk because he's dying. He's 2 months past where they thought he would live, and he's just such a weirdo. He always wants to be with mama. He wants to be with me. Thank you, Empress Polaria, for the follow. EHT affects stuff in the world. No, what this is real life, and I want J Hart to look at this if he can. And maybe he can show it off in his stream, because this is very important to me to show this to you. Some of us are really hard on ourselves about flicker. When things are lined up too perfectly, sometimes they flicker. But what I want to point out is that ZOS does it too. They make that mistake. And, you know, nobody's perfect, and that goes for ZOS as well. And I don't know if you've all ever noticed this, because it's so subtle. See that flicker? Look at the rock behind. See that? The rock behind the stalls there? See how it's flickering? They lined it up too perfectly. They need to go back, and they need to move one of the rocks that they have over the other a couple of pixels. No, I didn't bother putting in a ticket because I don't think they're going to fix it. It is kind of subtle, J Hart, but I hope you talk about it in your stream, because I think it's an important thing for people to know what's causing it and maybe how they can fix it, and know that Zos does it too. And this is not the first place that I've seen that has this problem, not by a long shot, but this is the most obvious problem I've seen. And it actually, look, it even goes back further. You can see it. You see it on the back wall there? No, it's not a console thing. It's actually a building error. This is something that they did on their end that should be fixed, and I am shocked that they didn't catch this. And that, how long has the game been up? And it's still not even noticed? But that really shouldn't surprise me, and I'll tell you why that shouldn't surprise me. Because back a few months ago, I want to say, yeah, I'm going to show you this bug. This bug is crazy, and I love it, and it's so funny. Wrong window, Care. Priorities, yes. Priorities is not us. Okay, you see this? This is Shimmerine. What happened in Shimmerine is they took the benches that were normally here and people could see out. What mats? Do I have mats? I don't know. See how the benches, they can see out with them? They flipped the benches. All of them, literally all of them in Somerset were flipped. And NPCs were interacting with them. And see, he's sitting into a chair. And I took this picture to send to them to say, hey guys, you messed up every single one of the chairs in the game. These benches. 3 days it took them, guys. 3 days to address this, to handle it. And every single one in the game was flipped like this. Isn't that crazy? I think it's crazy. Oh shoot, I'm getting killed. Hold on, guys. I gotta run away from something that's eating me. But yeah, that was every single one in the game. It's such insanity. And, this is why I'm not terribly concerned about submitting a bug report. Because even when something is that noticeable, and this is Rothgar, so it's not terribly noticeable. People don't come here as much as other areas. Yeah, I'm shocked they fixed it too. But I think what it was is that, I don't know about everybody else, but I was mocking them in channel, in zone. I was like, are you kidding me? And it was so stupid. And I pointed it out, and you'd be amazed at the number of people in zone chat who were like, what are you talking about? I don't see anything different. Like, you don't see the NPCs sitting through the chair? Like, because I kind of see NPCs sitting through the chair. This is my bugs folder. I have an entire folder of bugs that I love to show. Oh, let me show them to you because they're fun. They're funny, some of them. Some of them are really, really funny. Let me start at the beginning. This is Forever Trading's, but I guess Red Nern had them at the time. Look at her arms. She has no arms. She's got, like, no shoulders. Well, that's bad. The thing that actually go live. If I was a GD in the game, that kind of stuff would... Yeah. There's a lot of things that go wrong, though, and a lot of things are live that are wrong, and it's not just spellings. And I'll tell you something, they make fun of it when they correct it. They, in the patch notes or the natch boats, whatever you want to call it, they mock the people who are complaining. They're like, oh yeah, this was a really serious bug and we fixed it, and clearly the spelling in this quest was the most important thing ever. And it's like, no, you're sloppy, and your people have no shoulders, and I don't know why. And this was for weeks. She had no shoulders. And it wasn't just her, but she was the clearest example of it. I don't know what texture they ended up screwing up, but that they screwed it up. You may see this a lot when there's heavy, you've submitted a ticket about Rimmon Rit boards that show you their backside when you touch them. Hey, why are you looking at backsides? Huh? Backsides. I know how it's going with you. I see. Okay, so this error you'll see a lot when you're dealing with high load days. So like, uh, let's say it's an event and there's something going on in Vardenfell or whatnot. Please excuse this garbage over on the side. I shouldn't have it up, but like I said, I keep my UI in the beginning. I feel the problem is they're trying to do too much with too few people. Yes, because that increases profits, and that's what businesses are all about. If I didn't say already, thank you, Empress Polaria, for following. So this guy is just sitting on nothing, which is actually really good exercise if you can manage to do it. And he has his candle just hovering in front of him. You will see this error a lot on heavy load days. Things just don't load. This bug is so funny. I just die when this bug happens. I mount it up, and for some reason it sunk me down to my butt into street level, and I was like riding around on my butt. So it looked like I was just scooting along on my butt, and there was no mount, nothing else. I love it. It's hilarious. When you get stuck in position, was my ugly character at the time, what she was wearing, before I changed what it looked like. Know for a fact how many people work on this game, and it could be wrong. No, you're right. They don't have enough people. Regardless. It looks almost dirty if you press space. Yeah. So I got stuck in this position. You see me? I have my leg kicked up over here, and I couldn't move out of this position. Not just at the table, but for like, I had to reload UI to be able to even get out of stuck in that position. And I don't know why it happened, but I just got stuck kicking my knee up. And we've all seen when things disappear. This is when Hughes Bane disappeared. Again, probably during an event, probably during the Hughes Bane event, Thieves Guild. I don't know how this one happened, but she's got some serious lean going on. She's doing like a Michael Jackson move where she's like, you know how he does that? Yeah, so this was, she somehow got turned around and she was leaning on nothing. Usually she leans on her cart, and that cracked me up. Tell me how this happened. This guy had those crows circling him, but they became an entire line. And they circled around him like a clock hand. And that's just, see? I'll show you. It's like, I watched it go around him multiple times. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Why are the crows in a line? Like, I've never seen it again. It was just crazy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this error, but it's crazy. I'm glad I have a picture of it. I know this isn't building, but this is funny stuff, and we'll get back to building in a minute. So here's what I'm talking about with spelling errors. I don't know, man, personally, as long as I'm not falling through the world is good. I have a picture of me falling through the world, so it's not so good. So this one I'm talking about being petty, and, you know, I feel kind of bad about it, but Spool of Daedric. This is not a Spool of Daedric. I mean, this is a spool of Daedric the Red, maybe. But they just, what the hell is a spool of Daedric? And this is still in the game. I actually did report this one. I know it's petty. But, you know, you'd think they want to know, right? So I feel bad about it, but there is no such thing as a spool of Daedric. Okay, so I think we're back at the beginning. Oh, this is exactly what I was talking about again. When there's a heavy load on an area, a lot of times, this is the second floor in Gold Coast. Everything loaded with, she's got tons of stuff on that desk normally. The stuff on the desk never loaded. So she was just standing there staring at her desk, like banging her head into her desk. Not really, but she should have been. That would have been funny. Rimmon. This is Rimmon the other day. or Riven, not Riven, the other city, River something, Riverhead, Riverhold. Yeah, just totally vanished. That was, oh no, Angry Unicorns. That must have been Rolka. My bad. So this woman died, and I did a backstab. Look at her face. Look at her mouth. She is she is so creepy right now, right? She's got this. Let me make it bigger so you can see. It's like The Ring. Like, look at that mouth. Too big. Like, what the hell happened? How is that possible? Wasn't that creepy? Here we go. Me falling through the world. I promised you a falling through the world picture, and here you got it. If you want to fall through the world, or if you want to get stuck in crates, if you want to get stuck in closets, if you want to get stuck anywhere, Blade of Woe. Blade of Woe is your friend. It will knock you into nowhere, and you'll be stuck falling through things. So this is me falling through the world. This was just like, what the heck is going on in this picture? It almost looks dirty. What is wrong with that horse's front legs? Do you guys see that? His front legs are just not not natural. How is that in the game? How is it? I mean, it's a nasty picture. It looks like, there's a bestiality going on or something in there. But I'm really talking about the legs. This is why I'm showing this, is the legs. Yeah, look at that. What the hell is that? So I don't get it. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Oh my lord. Yeah, here's another angle of it. That horse's legs don't move, don't do that, okay? And here we are back at the beginning. So I'll stop showing you things that happen in the game that are bugs, because that's kind of mean of me. Most of them I'm just laughing at, I'm not even picking on anybody. I'm just laughing at it. I never finished my funny photos from the other day, and I know this isn't building, so I'm getting sidetracked, but you guys think this is funny, right? I can kind of get away with it. Like we discussed, this fellow, I have no idea what's going on in this picture. How he managed to make himself so ugly. The game averages a terrain under you when you call him out. Not really much better way to do it, because you could be on a slope. But you could be on a slope, but your legs wouldn't bend like that. Is there an ESO glitches separate? If there isn't, there should be. That would be funny to look at. But yeah, this guy, look at how horrendously ugly he is. I just feel so bad. And then this guy. That's an outfit for you. Hairy-chested fat orc in a pink outfit. Yep. I'm Barpatrikos. He is Bartholomew the Fancy Man. Yes, he's a fancy man. I don't think it works for him. What do you guys think? I think he needs a different outfit. So, I mean, pink is fine, but his chest isn't all that impressive. I thought this was hilarious, and this is a building thing. This is, look at who's up here in Ball's hand. I love it. So in case you want to do something funny on your island or anywhere that you put Moloch Ball, you can stick one of the creatures, one of the NPCs we have, and just stick him in his hand, and it looks really funny to me anyway. Oh, this is me riding around again in the ground again. Oh, this is just funny to me, and I don't know if I'm the only person who finds this funny. Okay, what you don't see, because my picture is covering it, is the text. And it's me saying to this person, excuse me, but your head is a crocodile. I'm not sure if you knew that. I've never actually seen this head piece before or after. I have no idea what the headpiece is. It's just her head is a crocodile. Maybe, she likes it. I don't know. It. This was a costume that I found that I thought was bright. Not my taste. But, yeah. Okay. Oh, Lord. That's not even a bug. That's just, what the hell? And then there's this person who I don't know what they're doing. Like, I don't know what they're wearing. And they just were up there drunk dancing. And it's like, what are you wearing even? Is that a body tattoo? It's a monster helm. I don't know. People are weird. This is just, my friends and I were joking that this is real. This is in the game. This is an Alec here. And it's just like, what happened to this guy? He stabbed a chicken and he was blown apart. Does the chicken have special powers and just blew him apart because he stabbed it? Maybe. Also in, no, this is Reapers. There's a Maw of Infernal helmet. Looks like a crocodile. Okay. So this, sorry about that was my cat making things shake. This is somebody was doing cups, and I'm guessing that it didn't go so well because there's a stabbing. It's like, so this guy finished first, and he has a dagger in his chest, so that's not good. I know these are silly and some of them aren't funny, but you know what tickles your funny bone isn't always what tickles everyone else's. Dogs playing poker. This is a Devil Dogette creation. She actually made dogs playing poker. He. Yeah. That's funny to me. That is hilarious to me. I think more people need to do that. This wasn't funny as much as it was amazing. This is Tabasco Dog. He made this statue. This statue isn't made. This is the actual statue. But then he made a copy of it with giant stone. And look how accurate that is. Isn't that crazy? I mean, there's no way. I don't think I could ever be that accurate. This looks incredible. So yeah, it's Tabasco Dog. Pretty impressive. This is Jabberwocky. He or she decided that there was going to be some alien stuff going on here, sucking up all the pigs and dogs into there. I thought this was funny. I have a sixth sense of humor. Yeah, I have a sixth sense of humor. What can I say? This is Friend Zoner 2. I had to ask her later what this was to confirm my suspicion. But let's just say it's what people grow hydroponic stuff for and have special grow lights for in their houses that perhaps you may not want others to know about. This is in her house. There you go. You can figure it out. Oh, I love this one. I don't know. Is it legal to grow your own? Maybe. I don't live in California anymore. I used to. Puff the Magic Drag Queen. I love the outfit and the lips. I just think it's very well executed. I mean, if you're gonna go for it, right? This is Monkfist. When you first zone into Monkfist's house, this is his Daggerfall. This is what you see, but it's way closer. It's like right in your face. So talk about getting a jump scare. This is about as close to a jump scare as you'd be able to do. This is me having backed up so that you could see what it is. You're kind of proud of your main character. I don't know what your main character looks like. I got stuck like this. This is in Vortex 13's home. This is me with my leg up again, and I couldn't move left or right. I was stuck on top of these tents he had up. It's not the look. Okay. So this was just a bug. I should have put it in the bug section. Now this is sick, and I love it. Big Red 714. Sorry, excuse my cat. What kind of sicko puts babies in a cage? I love it, Big Red. You crack me up. Somebody put babies in a cage. Sicko. Oh, can't show that one, but you get the idea. I think this is Elvishi or Pyameg, one of them, or someone else. This is another one of those alien things sucking up animals from the ground. I don't know what's up with people. I don't know why they do that, but it's funny. I got two pictures, so it's almost like it's an action shot. This is Saucy Jack. This home is actually a safe home to go to for Saucy Jack because let me tell you, his primary is not safe. If you're into juvenile body humor, go to his primary, and I think you will be scarred for life. But Saucy Jack also has this house, which was entirely, I think, to get J Heart. But basically, he has 700 items. Every single one of them is a jester's. Every single one. And he has it so that when you walk in, every single one of them goes off at once. And that was the goal of the house, 700 items of jester's boxes. EHT, I think he used to put them all up, which would be a pretty simple task with essential housing tools. Oh, I love this picture. This horse has been named Cankles. Look at that horse. Look how ridiculous that horse looks. So someone pointed out to me, it looks like a woman in like boy shorts facing the other way from this way down. So like it's the rear end of a woman facing that way. Heck, it could be a guy for all I know. But yeah, this is Cankles, as I have deemed it. And every one of these horses looks like this to varying degrees. I think this guy is actually a bigger guy, so the horse just adjusts to him a little bit. But whenever you see this horse, get in front of it, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It looks terrible. I love it. Oh, I'm so sick. Oh, I showed you guys this the other day. This is the trick that I found with delyn. Oh, I found Sleeps on Bridges. I was so proud, so I had to take a picture. I don't know if you know the story of Sleeps on Bridges, but Sleeps on Bridges is a I've shown you guys these. He's just a dude who's in the game and just sleeps on bridges. I know it's kind of amazing, but that's all he does. So if you see him, you know, you saw something special because he's not always on. He does have a guild now, so other people are sleeps on bridges too. Okay, so I took a picture of this Daedric pineapple, actually, I think it is. A giant pineapple drink. And this is Mochi Head made this. It is in her or his ample domicile. And it is a pineapple drink with even a little, you know, umbrella sticking out of it. And a straw, right? So these were all the Daedric thrones. Amazing what you can do with a Daedric thrones since they're free. Or were free. This is another one of Funky Redneck's houses. This one is the Church of the Carrot. Not Funky's. I'm so sorry, Research. This is Research Monkey's house. Research Monkey does a lot of things with dead bunnies, but he makes them look alive, and he puts things on their heads and makes them super cute. And this one is actually a church, and it has a band with an organ. Check out that organ. Booped me in Spicy Discord with just... Okay, I'll check it out later and then maybe use it on the next one. Because I'm going to do more Halloween stuff as we get closer to Halloween. But I love the little bunnies doing the bellows, trying, you know, pumping air into this organ, right? And I think he did an amazing job on the organ, honestly. But I also love the house. So this is the interior of that house. This is Church of the Carrot. And it's just adorable. Oh, this is part of his carnival. I know I told you guys about his ebonheart. He has an entire carnival, and it's adorable. But he changed all the bunnies to skeletons, so it's not as cute as it was. But I warned him that I had pictures saved of the bunnies doing it. So here's Bunny, little cart, giving out stuff. I mean, I would totally steal the idea of working with bunnies, but it's such a Research Monkey thing that I don't want to steal it from him. He did a carousel, which I thought was cool. And, oh, this is me just showing that all my bows go through my head. And now I have a spoon through my head in that picture. Yeah, no, they're just skeletons. Oh, and I saw this, and it occurred to me that this person has a pineapple head, and I think on purpose. Um, that's just funny. Okay, so we'll close this stuff out for now, and we'll go back to the game. Okay, and I promise you guys that I'm going. No, you know what he did? He told me that for Halloween he changes everything to skeletons, and then Easter time he puts it back to bunnies. But I don't like the skeletons, and I told him that, and I think he should change it back because it's not nice. So let's do a random. A whole bunch of these new ones that are going in do not have their permissions set correctly. See, you need permission to visit that home, and that's really obnoxious. So I'm going to have to contact these people and say, hey, your stuff's not set properly. You need to fix it. Let me see. Let's do, if we can, Honey Girl Santine. Yeah, okay, cool. I don't know who this person is. I don't know what this house looks like, but this is how I spend my mornings. I go to random open houses, and this is how I learn about building. And I suggest you know, if you ever feel like you need some inspiration for something, go to a random open house in Essential Housing Tools. Make sure you have the community installed, which is super easy. It's just in the add-on folder. And that way you can always see other people's effects that they have on. Because not everyone uses effects. Like this person didn't use effects. But it's nice to have on for the people who do. This is Honey Girl Santine. I noticed that that person put a bunch of different houses up yesterday. So I visited some of them. I don't recall... you need a good house first. You just have humble mud for now. Humble mud's not bad. You can do something with humble mud. You can cover it up. So I guess someone's bedroom is up here. I love this view. Check out this view. It's so cool. I wish you could see more of it. I wish you could build out over it, because that's just so cool. That actually reminds me of a house I want to show you, because there is somebody who used that, and it was really cool. And this is how we work. We look at a random one, and then I show you something that it brings to mind. So we'll just follow that for now. Real quick. Corey, what's your name in game? Is it Corey? K-O-R-I, and you're a are you on PCNA? Because I'm curious. You said you're in my guild? I don't know. Okay. So this looks like a standard crafting house, which there's nothing wrong with a standard crafting house. Corrid Opal. You're not in my guild. Okay. And you're PCNA, I hope. Oh, these lights are great. These lights, and I don't know if she knows this, but you can actually hide these lamps in the ceiling and it will still light up just the same. And they're very bright and they're great. So just hide them in your ceiling and no one will even see them. Okay, cool. Let me show you the house that I am talking about, which I said was amazing and used that space really well. Okay, it was Obscure Sevens Ebonheart, obviously. So let's go there. And you guys will prepare to get your minds blown, but unfortunately, be patient with me because I'm not good at jumps. You know how some people put jumps in their houses? Well, this person put jumps in their houses. And I think this is an older house because I think it was featured by J Hart at some point back in 2018. I don't know if it looked like this back then because I didn't watch the whole video. but I was trying to organize his videos for him, and this was one of the houses on there, and it's amazing. And they do something in it which is so creative that I think you all, if you want to, you should steal it. So here we are. It's a cave. I mean, steal is just the word I use, but you can use things to be inspired by. You know, you don't have to take it exact. And here we are. Okay, we're inside this cave. This is Ebonheart. Doesn't really look like Ebonheart, but this is Ebonheart. Check this out. Oh, I'm going to turn off my UI for you. Check out that path. Candles and paper. And it works. You can walk on it. Isn't that crazy? And books. Like, wow. Who knew that this would have any collision? I don't know how they did it, but it's amazing. And it's such a cool effect. It's amazing. That just blows my mind. I'm so impressed with that. How people come up with these things, I'll never know. Magical. It absolutely is. It's just so cool. Now, this is what I'm talking about really difficult walking, because I have issues walking in game because of my arthritis. But here we go. It's a lot of clutter, a lot of mess. I think more people should embrace the mess and not have everything look perfect. Like, this person isn't neat. His books are falling over. Their drink is falling over. They have books everywhere. There's stuff on the floor. They're just mindlessly throwing things, and I think that's really cool. I love seeing things like that. I never noticed that tool over there. Looks like they're opening up. That's interesting. Yes, it is more realistic. I love it. Oh, see? Fell. All right, I'm going to have to be really careful, because when you fall in this room, you end up going all the way to the bottom. Okay, so I don't know. I need to see how they made that tool, because those aren't in the game, obviously. I think that's the corner of a Daedric lamp or something that they are using for a pickaxe. I actually don't know what they used, but it looks like the corner of a lamp. So here they have it, that the person finished that front room, has this library, and now is opening up more of the cave. So this is so cool for Ebonheart. It doesn't, it doesn't use the house, and that's great, because I'm not a big fan of the Ebonheart house. So to me, this is cool. Is this the way I'm supposed to go? Because this has an amazing ending. I don't want to miss it. So down you go. All right, yeah, that is the way to go. Using that like a slide, and we come here, and this is, if I'm correct, this is almost like the beginning. You can see the paper going behind the fountain. So that's where you started, and now you're here. Okay, and there's something over there that you want to see. So you go up the walkway, and you notice something's happening that's sucking papers, books, furnishings, paintings, whatever to it. Rocks. Something as magical is happening that is pulling these things over to this orb thing. I mean, this person had a vision. They had a vision that they executed flawlessly, as far as I'm concerned. Because when you go through this, again, with the papers and whatnot you can do, you're walking through the furnishings that are getting sucked up. I fell. Luckily, it's not a far fall. I told you guys, I suck at this. I am not a jump person. I am a Karen can't walk person. That's my real name, is Karen. This is why I'm a potato, because I can't walk. But yeah, the goal is to walk on this stuff and hopefully not fall, to get out to the viewing platform, which is right here. And then if I turn on my UI, I can possibly sit. See? Amazing. And I think they used like way, not way shrines, but those glowy achievement things. I don't even know how they made that, to be honest with you. I guess it's like a supernova or something. I don't know. Just sucking everything in. But this house is just, somebody had a vision, somebody had an idea for something really cool, and they just used Ebonheart for it. And oh, that's what I'm talking about using the lava flow in the build itself. You can see the lava flow, which is beautiful. I don't know how they used the lava flow. I don't know how they managed to build over this section, because I think this section was completely covered, like closed off. But they managed to find a way to really build it into it. And I think it looks amazing. I love this house. This house is so cool. All right, let me see if I have, I'm going to sort things by name, and I'm going to see if I have any viewers on a list. Now, keep in mind, I haven't seen all your homes, and some of you don't even have homes in EHT, so I wouldn't even know to go to them. So put them in EHT, and I will visit your home, I promise. Okay, who do I have in guild right? I mean, in right now. So let me. I have multiple lists. I have ones that J-Heart has already looked at, and it could be. You want to see what this person can do with a good game design program like Godot? No idea. All right. So I know a bunch of these people watch, but I don't want to show all of their homes, because that's what I've been kind of doing lately. Is like basically going through and showing anyone's homes. Do you guys want Halloween houses? Because I can show you Halloween houses. I think some of them are really cool. I could do a Halloween house, or I could just show you another one of my houses, and then we can call it if you'd like. The lava flow is used from fires and the Clockwork City metal platforms. Yes to Halloween houses. Okay. Unfortunately, a lot of these are on EU, and I would love to... Okay, exorcised. The exorcised by... All right, that's one. That's two. I need to show you guys... I want to show you two things. One of them is super fast. One thing I found this morning in an open house, and I had never thought to do it, and so somebody's really clever. Not to say that I always think of everything, but, you know. Here it is. Barbator X St. Delyn's Penthouse. Quick, like I told you, it's just an apartment building. But what they did is they used EHT, they used the Aether effect, which is fairly new, and now I'm not moving, and I don't know why. It's really obnoxious. Hold on, my apologies. Also, I've been ghosted by someone, and I'm a little off today because of it. It sucks when people do that. Makes me realize you guys are my real friends. People who care enough to tune in and care about people, and some of you are just so amazing. Anyway, back to the story. This is Aether that they used, but they changed the color so that it's super scary. And I think this is an effect you can use. Hold on. Let it load. Let it load. Boom! Blood. Doesn't that look like blood? I don't know if you guys can see it on the stream, but if you can't, go to Barbator X's St. Delyn's and have EHT on, and you'll see. Look at this crazy blood on the floor. Ugh! Spooky. So spooky. This is a really good creepy build. I think you could borrow an idea from it and put some blood all over the floor of your home. Terribly spooky. All right. We're going to go to Lash's Halloween house because Lash is talented. And what I put down for, I don't know if I spelled Lash right. I did not. What I put down for this was that this house was redone entirely. And that's a stable home. Hello, Stabby. Hi, Keely. My bud, Keely over there. She is working on something really amazing for Halloween, and she's putting a lot of thought into it. And it's obvious, you know, when you go visit it one day, you'll see that there's a lot of thought put behind it. Yes, put blood on the ground if you want. Don't use regular water because I think it'd be see-through. But that by using aether, it wasn't. It had a tinge to it. Or fool around with different things. See what you can get to make look like it. Now, so this house is completely redone. This is the exorcised, but you really can't tell. I think I signed in. Yeah, I signed in August because I'm ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you what's going on. This is darkness. Apparently Lash put darkness in from EHT, so we're looking at pitch black. And what's terrifying now is, look how scary this is. This was a mount, or what was it? It was a wolf mount or pet. I'm cheating because I can turn the light back on. But this was the way that this house was intended to be looked at. And ooh, EHT gives you some real options to make things just terrifying. And it's like, which way do I go even? I mean, I appreciate the glowy plants, but I have no idea where I'm going. I have to cheat. Yeah, that is. Where am I going? I may not be going anywhere. It's possible that was just, that's all it is. But here you have the witches. This actually comes with the house. The witches stuff. Oh no. Okay. So there, it does go on. Put back the darkness. How are you supposed to know that this goes this way? Just luck? This may be a little too dark. And something's moving. Look at those eyes. That's a new effect by EHT. You can put eyes, like those creepy cartoonish eyes. Oh, okay. We're looking at Vardenfell plants sunken into the ground being creepy. Now, I'm in full agreement that you should put some darkness in Halloween houses, but this may be a touch much. What's this? This is a house portion that I don't think I found last time. How are you supposed to even see in here? Okay, I gotta leave the effects off, folks, because otherwise you're missing everything, and I don't think that's what's intended. They need to lighten up the dark a little bit. And look at me, I have my arrow out like I'm gonna defend myself. All right, this is terrifying. Really well done. I wonder what this soulless is doing up here. Now I'm sounding like J-Heart, coming spinning in stories as I go. Okay, so if I remember correctly, this has does Amalexia Memento light it up? That's a good question. I have it on my, now that I wasted a potion, I have Amalexia's thing here, so let's see if Amalexia lights it up. A little bit. Just enough. It's probably when they were making it, they had the brightness or the monitor or whatever turned on. Yeah, that's possible. But see, if it had just this much light, or just a little light source or something to lighten it up, I think it would be better, because, you know, this is just spooky the way it is, you know? Doesn't really need the full darkness. I think that was changed from when I initially saw it, because I don't recall it being that dark. I would have written down that it was that dark. I wish we could get these. These are Crown Store only. Oh, a pet. But these mushrooms are so neat looking, and I really wish... Oh, see here, they put a light in. That's helpful, and it lights up the mushroom. That's true, but you know what? If that's the case, maybe put text at the beginning that you should bring your own light. You know, you can put text in. I'm honestly a little turned around here. I know you go up, but I don't know which way. Oh, that's a shame if he doesn't have this lit up because, no, they do. Oh, that's my light of Almalexia. This is not lit up. Because crystals look really cool, don't they? Somebody didn't make it. This just goes on. I like it. I love houses that just unexpectedly keep going on. Yeah, I have that though. I should probably have it on, but I'm kind of so bad at this kind of thing that I think having full light on is better. One of these things about the exorcised coven house is that you can build up pretty high, and if these trees weren't here, which I think you can remove, I think these are inside the fence, so these are ones that Lash put there. You get a beachside view. So I do have the, I'll put it on. I'll play nice and put on my personality. Where is it? What is wrong with me today? I'm honestly like not making sense today. All right, appearance, personalities. Okay, let's see what this does. Oh wow, I'm glad you had me do that because look at that sky. He changed that sky. Or she. That looks beautiful. That's really a payoff, isn't it? Well, the torch doesn't help that much. The torch helps a little bit. But I don't know which way I'm going. I'm going to cheat again. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't, but I don't want you to miss out on everything in the house. I think this keeps going up, but I'm not sure. Looks like it. Or maybe it's just a way to circle back to the beginning. Yeah, I mean, the torch just realistically is that bad. It's not even just, yeah, and here we are. This looks like the beginning. Or maybe it's not. It's so dark I can't tell. This is a fishing place where I guess people think it's a good idea to fish. Oh, this is the back of the house. I can tell because of the exit way. Creepy as hell. Really good job. I love houses like this. I could swear there was something else in here, and I don't want to spoil it, that I wanted to show you guys. But I could be conflating two houses in my mind. There was like a window that you could look into. No, I must be conflating. Hold on a second. I'm going to check something out and see. Well, anyway, my point is that you can take some of those ideas and really work with it for a scary house. Mess with the level of, let me put Halloween. Let's see. Mess with the level of darkness, but probably not to that extent. All right. It's not an add-on that lets me walk around with the torch. I actually bought the personality. It's the treasure hunter personality, and it cost me crowns. But I thought, you know, it would be helpful in situations that are too dark, and it is a little bit, but it's not as helpful as I thought it would be. I'm gonna finally show you my Halloween house. It's treasure hunter personality. Yeah, last summer, but you could get it now. Don't let them tell you otherwise, because the truth is that if you send in a ticket, yeah, it's crown only. If you send in a ticket asking them and say, look, I missed out on this sale, I would like to get this, they can usually hook you up. But don't tell them I said that. It's worth a shot, right? What do you have to lose? So this is my Halloween house. This will be my entry into all of the contests. So I'm giving you guys a sneak peek preview in case you want to outdo me, which I welcome you to do, because truthfully, I don't care if I win. The only reason why I ever even do any of this stuff is because I love to see other people's work and I love to challenge myself. So please feel free to outdo me. I don't know if I showed you guys these. All right, this is my Mornoth, which I didn't use any of the inside in, but here we go. You're inside my cemetery, and their EHT, I used some of this fog here. And then couplets and admirations of the dead. Here's the dead guy. I'm going to read this to you guys because it's so sick. And I love sick things. There is no living beauty compares with corpses and their glassy stares. I feel a thrill when I gaze upon the bodies of the dead and gone. Cadavers cannot refuse your request. Cold and silent, they suit me best. My heart begins to jump and dance at the very thought of necromance. So sick! I love it! It's so sick. Oh, my sense of humor is so wrong. So yeah, I have a dead body here. Thank you. And I love these swinging lanterns. Use swinging and moving lanterns as much as possible because they look so cool. Dark, I know. But that's not even the story here. There's more to the story. So you go inside, and this is the woodsmith's home. I may have shown you this, and I apologize if I have. But this is also my crafting house. So I use this for my own crafting, and while doing so, get to enjoy this home. So yeah, those are fake. Those are EHT, and it looks like someone carved things. As you can see, I'm 400 out of 400 in this house, so I cannot add any more items. I probably should have built this in Forsaken and not in here, but I built it in here, and you know, gotta go with what you've done. This was my second freestanding home I ever did with EHT, and it's, I keep trying to put my personality away. Let me just do this, because it's not supposed to be light here. There we go. All right. So this is EHT, and you can tell because look how perfectly aligned those backs of the Breton stores are. They're perfect. And that's because I was able to use EHT to line them up perfectly. The sky is EHT. Skittlebutt has a house like this, but she turned hers pea green. And it's like sickening, and on purpose, you know. The leaves falling, normally they're green in EHT. I changed them to gold so that they match the trees and look more autumnal. Here we go. Second spot is, this is the blacksmith's home, and those look kind of phony. I need to mess with them. But the idea being, that sound shouldn't be coming through. I had a zone of silence around it. But here's the baby. Oh, I'm sorry. Or do you mean Skittles? Yeah, hers is terrifying. She showed it to me yesterday, and it's really scary. But this is supposed to be a baby because they don't give us babies. And then that's just the dead mom or father. And then there's the other dead parent. Obviously, this is EHT in here because that's what it really looks like. I ran out of slots. I couldn't make it look clean. I couldn't make it look right. So what do? I fake it. I do a fake roof and I do fake walls, and if I got the coloration right, it would be better, but no one's really looking to see if that's fake or not, so what difference does it make? Here's your first clue. You look inside the hearse. I thought that this would be a hearse. There's the body. There's a potion. See you later, Solo. Thanks for watching. And here is a statue of Periite. Why is there a statue of Periite here, you might say? I don't know. Let's go look. Somebody hanging from the stocks. You see, my entry isn't terribly scary. My entry is more, it's more of a feeling than a scary. I can't do the really good scary stuff. Those windows are fake. Those candles are fake. I don't want to look inside the horse. That's gross. So yeah, these are all fake and added on afterwards to make them look like these are actual houses. Another dead person. And at this point you're like, why are all these people dead? I hope. That's where I'm trying to get you to go. Here we are in the second part of the town, and that's cedar shingling in the background. That's not what that looks like. So I made it look more like a house by using cedar shingling and turning the color way, way down. Horses? I guess. This is the shop where the clothier, tailor puts their stuff, and, the person for the food, but their homes are in here. So here's the clothing station and the clothier. Sorry, tailor. And then this is the cooking, the chef. Poor chef. Chef didn't make it. The roof is also fake. This is, hello, Ronnie. This is fake. This is not a real ceiling. See, that's what the ceiling looks like. Dude, item limits. They're killing me. I wouldn't need to do these fake outs if I had enough item slots. Suggestion for fake window. Okay, here we go. Fizzez. This one does not know what has happened, but it does not seem to bother Khajiit. So Khajiit has wares if you have coin. So you use these, I guess they're shrines is what they're called, the Eleanor shrines. But if you pop them up here with the gate part open, and they look like windows. I've seen a lot of people use them as windows, so it's an idea that people run with. And then Fizzez is over here selling stuff. And since Khajiitis aren't affected, I thought Ferrari could, rip me off in here. Yeah. Here, take my money, you rip-off artist. Inside, you get your second clue. Hopefully Cardi will open their eyes about the item limits, especially in these larger multi-room places. Agreed. This is my primary, yeah. This is my primary. This is my Halloween house. So we're inside Mornath Keep. This is the only portion of Mornath Keep that I actually kept. The rest of it is not being used. I put wood paneling up because this is the bank. Izabi's telling you that a Periite cult arrived one day. Suddenly, all the villagers began to act strangely. This one has been hiding ever since. So this kind of carpeting, this is the Breton carpet. It's huge. You can use it as a rug. It'll cover almost every floor you have fully. This is supposed to be just a really fancy building. And Cardinal 5, he's the writer of Essential Housing Tools, but he's also, he's been hired by Zos. There's almost a city outside, nicely done. Yeah, that's the idea. The idea was to make a town. And then here you go. I put a fake, and I swear I know I've told you guys about this now, and I apologize. Some of you have seen this. I won't do it again, but some of you haven't seen it, so that's worthwhile. Yes, that's him. So here you have an open door, and you can see further into the house. You really can't, but look how bad this looks. Yes, this is on NAE. Stabity Doom, the way that I spell it, is how you can go visit it. This is my primary, and that's how you do it. Is you put EHT and you can hide all sorts of fun toys in there. But there is a mystery to this, and we will solve it together. Although you have the added benefit of having a person who's already knows what the secret is. So we go upstairs, and here is imported black marsh goods. And I put all sorts of black marsh stuff, and there's the seller. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. And I love this. I call this Stab Mart. You see my name? You will, because I go to, I try to go to every single open house as a way to show people that I care. So it's important to me that people who build know that someone's looking at their stuff, because otherwise it gets pretty sad when you build something and no one cares. So, you know, if I'm doing my job, my name should be on it. And so here we have the second time I used the mist. I love the mist. And back here is another painting. But doesn't it make it look like that keeps going? Curdy came and visited, and he actually ran into that because he thought it was real. Ronnie says, I love viewing the homes. I liked the system they had for home views on EverQuest 2. I don't know. Maybe they can build something like this into, maybe Cardi will convince them to build something like open houses into the program, like the base program, so that people can put up, hey, I want you to visit my house. You can check out my Spoopy Snug Pod if you want. There's a button in there to find that does something cool. Recommended first person view is a mess. I want to say I saw it, Funky, but I don't want to blow your Halloween thing if you're entering it. I could always show it after Halloween, but I don't want to blow it for you. So here's normally this is a shrine. I put one of those, that looks terrible, doesn't it? I sort of need to fix those lights for the eyes, but the gargoyle has creepy eyes. And then this is one of those elsewhere shrines. I just stuck it in front of Mornoth so you can't get inside and whatnot. All right, and so this is, forgive me for the sky not finishing. That's all stuff I need to work on. You can see though, look at the smoke. I don't know, there's a bunch of Halloween contests going on. I'll send you some messages afterwards. If you're in ETU or BMW, both of those are running contests right now. I'll see where else. I think someone else is doing. I mean, J Hart's doing pumpkins this week, so you have to decorate a pumpkin. And then I think next week or the week after, he's doing the costume contest, so you have to make a costume for an NPC. But this is a favorite trick of mine. Make a chimney, stick incense underneath. It looks like they have stoves that are going. Do that. I love it. So here is a terrible painting for the end. I need to figure out a better painting for this. Killer Rainbow Dash, Kitty Rainbow Dash is having one too. Okay, thank you. So this is where you solve the mystery. You see, I used a fart stick. So one of those witch fart sticks that all of that green poisony stuff. So somebody poisoned the well, and you can see it by seeing I used, potions just leaning there, and it's still pouring in there, and I published the FX, so it should be up there. You may have to reload UI if you're going to go there. If you don't see anything, reload UI. And then here you have the letter to Peryite. Now, I want you to know with EHC, you can pick any book that you've ever found and put it into the game, into your build. And the importance of this is that I actually tell the story of what happened in this town through this tiny little book. So I picked a book that actually solves the mystery. If I had my UI on, it would even stay on. Thank you, Perry. I know you will never read this, but I need to thank you in writing for listening to my prayers. This letter is written to you, but it is not for you. This letter is for all the non-believers, the doubters, the ones who scoffed when I told them the old gods would wash away their evil. I prayed to every Daedric prince, but you were the only one who answered. The one who saw that the only way to fix this city was to kill it from within and burn it to the ground. Even as the flu spreads through my body and the blood flows from my mouth, a smile crosses my face and a single phrase circles my fevered mind. Thank you, Peryite. No slog. Oh, you're never gonna let that go, Flemmy. So that's the mystery between what you're told down there about a Peryite cult showing up one day. And this book and the poison, now you know what happened. This guy poisoned the well, and everyone died of the flu. So, and then just shriveled up once they were dead. This is going to be kind of sick, but this is the truth. You leave a dead body out long enough, it still sunburns. It'll get to the point where it turns black. Back in the Civil War, they thought that the opposite side was drinking gunpowder because they couldn't figure out how did they turn black? Was it what were they doing to turn black? And the reality is just they weren't cleaning up the bodies, and the bodies were laying out in the sun and they were turning black. So that's all there is. Except for the Khajiit. Right. I don't know why. I needed someone to be able to tell the story, so I didn't know what else to do. So there you go. Let me see. Maddie again is Maddie again. Hold on, guys. I have trouble with brain. Brain not work. I need to get to my dashboard here. Okay, so I am going to call it for now because I feel like I've been doing too long of things. So I need to not go for so long. Well, there were no Argonians there, so how do we know if they weren't affected by the flu? But I want to thank you so much for following me, and I want to thank you for watching later if you're one of the people who watch later. And I want to say one last thing. If you're ghosting me, Griff, just tell me. I need to know because it sucks right now to have to go through that. Just tell me. There's a skeleton. There's lots of skeletons. I'm going to continue today looking throughout the houses to make sure. Okay. Sorry. I got a message in the other window. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And I really do love y'all. You guys are so good to me. And thanks so much. And one of you is randomly going to get 100K. And it's just going to show up and you're going to have to accept it. So I'm going to raid off to Madigan, who you should follow because he's so sweet. He's not about building, but he's such a sweetheart. And I appreciate everything, guys. You're the best. And I will see you again maybe tomorrow. Oh, I have class tomorrow. So it'll be Friday or later tomorrow. We'll see. But I will see you later, and thank you so much. I appreciate it.